Tell me, how was Geraldine Turner?
Fabulous.
Well, that's good, because she's our next guest. Please make welcome Miss Geraldine Turner from Anything Goes. You got a good review from Peter, I'm pleased to report to you.
That's good, I'm lucky.
He loved the show.
Great.
How did you feel about Saturday night?
Oh, I thought it was a great opening. Melbourne audiences are fantastic. Not that I don't like Sydney audiences, folks, but it was a very, very warm reception and spontaneous, and it was great to do. It was really good. The end of a hard week, as you know. Opening weeks are very hard, and it's lucky
so
you get to the
now.
opening, really.
Yeah. For you theatricals, it really is so different now, because you do all the lead-up press nights before you have the actual premiere itself. So
that's right.
Really, by the time Saturday night came, you'd done quite a week,
You're exhausted, yeah. And we closed last Saturday night in Sydney. So it was a very quick week, to get the show on and happening.
What I was saying to Peter before, I suppose it must be true, and you see it from the other side of the footlights, and that is people do want to escape and be entertained, don't they?
Oh, sure. Oh, sure. And this is the show to do it. And you can bring your grandmother or your children to this show. There's no sort of swearing or anything like that.
Geraldine, I'm told by some friends of mine who were there on Saturday night, I mean, this is something which doesn't happen very often. In your number, before interval, a standing ovation.
Yeah, it was great. Really great. Be good in show business if you can always have a standing ovation at interval.
Boy, yes, must give you a good feeling going into the second half.
It's wonderful. It's a 6.5-minute tap routine, and it's the best tap routine I've ever seen in my life. It's fantastic. We have an all-Australian cast, and the dancers are just magnificent.
Did you have to brush up on tapping or learn it for the show?
I had to learn to tap for the show.
Really?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I'm an ex-dancer anyway. I say ex-dancer, I can still dance, but, I'm a little older than dancers now. So I suppose it was sort of easier for me than someone like you learning, dare I say.
Well, I'm sure I won't be called upon to learn tapping, but if the occasion arises, yes.
You may.
I may understudy you.
But I took 3 months of tap lessons, and yeah, it's great.
Geraldine, what about the theatre in Australia generally now, with Anything Goes and of course 42nd Street? They're the revivals of the good old shows. But where do you think theatre itself is heading in this country?
Oh goodness, I don't know. I think that the musical theatre certainly is doing very well in Australia at the moment. Big River's a big hit. Our show's a big hit. I'm sure 42nd Street will be a big hit. Les Miserables is a big hit. And Phantom of the Opera, of course, is coming to the Princess Theatre in Melbourne, will be huge. It's very difficult to get people to go and see straight plays at the moment, I think.
There's one kid in your show, I'm told that she was basically a dancer in most work that she'd done already.
Jackie Ray?
I'm told she's wonderful.
She's fantastic. She's my understudy. So
Well.
I have to watch out for my coffee, you know. Slipping things in. No, that's not true. No, she's a wonderful girl, and she's a great talent, and we're very lucky to have her. Yes, she's basically been in the chorus until now.
Good luck to her.
So, yeah, it's great to see someone getting an opportunity like that.
Happy company?
Very happy company. Fantastic. And all the leads are just wonderful. It's very much an ensemble piece. I mean, obviously some people have bigger parts than others, but it's teamwork, as you would know, always in a show. And we have a wonderful cast, Peter Whitford playing Moonface, and Simon Bert.
Moonface?
Yes.
Moonface? Is that the name of the character?
That's right.
How dare Peter do that?
That's right. And Grant Dodwell, of course, is wonderful as Lord Evelyn Oakley. I can't even say the name. And Simon Burke is fantastic. Marina Pryor, Maggie Kirkpatrick, Barry Ruggles.
What was the feeling around the foyer after the show, Peter?
Just everyone had a good time. No one had to think too hard. But I think the really terrific thing that we can say in the 80s is that, and this is great for Geraldine, because if she'd been born 20 years earlier, things could have been different, because people like Jill Perryman and Tony Lamont, for a long time there, had to take second place in the theatre to very often second-rate imports who came in to take lead roles, which at the time, I guess it was the right thing to do, but thankfully now we recognise that we have international standard talent like Geraldine, and she's promoted accordingly.
Oh,
well, Geraldine, of course, came in on the tail end of that. She would have.
I did, the tail end of Williamson's. That's when I first started. So I had the opportunity of working with Jill Perryman and Nancy Hayes and all those people, and they're friends of mine now that I've sort of grown up and reached their age.
But it was a disgraceful era, though, because really, I mean, third-rate performers who couldn't even get in the touring company of shows in America.
Right.
They came over here and they played, and they were also very, very well paid.
Yeah, I mean, you don't mind if someone fantastic is coming out, someone who's a big star coming out to star in something, and certainly Actors Equity is very good about that. you're allowed one import for any commercial venture. And I think it should stay that way. But I certainly don't think it's any good to be bringing out a whole cast of Americans or a whole cast of English people.
Got to get you to do a number for us, will you?
I'd love to.
We'll take a commercial break and then we'll have Geraldine back to sing for you a song from Anything Goes. Back with you soon.